What's good, Niner fans? How are we feeling? How are we doing? It is a beautiful Wednesday today, and the 49ers return to practice, and they get set to play the Dallas Cowboys this weekend. This is a must-win game for the 49ers and the Cowboys, really. Storied rivalry, storied franchises. They both need a win. The 49ers need it massively. Like, at the end of the day, Niners need this win. They are dealing with a lot of injuries. News on some of the other ones because some of them didn't practice, but we're going to go through it, talk about everything we need to talk about. We're going to talk about Deebo Samuel, and everybody else. So let's get right to it. I hope everybody's having a great day. Earlier today, the 49ers officially placed Brandon Ayuk on the season-ending injured reserve list. He's done. Season's officially cooked. I mean, we knew this, but they officially announced it that he is going to be on the injured reserve list. So that's tough. Unfortunate news for Brandon Ayuk. And after that, the 49ers announced that they elevated Evan Anderson, rookie, undrafted defensive tackle. They elevated him from the practice squad to the active roster. That's fucking dope for him. Sorry, excuse my language. This guy's been really good player on the defensive line, undrafted. They gave him a lot of money guaranteed. And, he's kind of flashed every time he's been in there. He's made some, good plays here and there. So the 49ers rewarded him and they elevate him to the actual roster. So good for him. He basically takes the spot on the roster that Brandon Ayuk created when he got placed on the reserve. So good for him. And the 49ers, they had some openings on their practice squad. So they did go and signed Malik Turner and Dieter Easelin. So offensive lineman Dieter Easelin, and then wide receiver Malik Turner. They've had Malik Turner on this team many times. They did work out a lot of offensive linemen, as we noted yesterday. There was a post of all the linemen that they went out and they worked out. So they worked out Gunnar Britton, Kellen Desich, and then this Dieter Easelin. And Dieter Easelin was the one that they signed. They also worked out a linebacker, Teron Jackson, but they didn't sign him. They went and signed the offensive lineman because Chris Hubbard, he got poached from their roster about a week ago from the Giants. So they needed another offensive lineman on their roster. And this is the guy they went and grabbed. They went and grabbed Dieter Easelin. So he gets added to the practice squad. So that's it. That's what they did today. And then practice today went on without a hitch. Actually, there was a couple of hitches. So Juwan Jennings did not practice today. He has the hip injury. George Kittle, he has the foot sprain. He did not practice today. Deebo Samuel did not practice today, but Kyle Shanahan said that he's doing better than expected, and he still has a chance to play Sunday against the Cowboys. So that's huge that Deebo can play. And today, according to Matt Barrows, he was seen on the sideline doing some conditioning and running today when he was on the sideline. So that's good news. Deebo was out there. He was running. He was gunning. He was hooping. Apparently, he was in the locker room playing hoops. Him and Christian McCaffrey were playing hoops together. That's a great sign. So good news for them. There was a couple limited players today in practice. Jordan Mason, Nick Bosa, and Chris Conley. He had an ankle injury. Jordan Mason, he was limited. Nick Bosa, of course, he's limited, and Chris Conley was limited. Nick Bosa's new injury was a little bit of a news flash. But according to just now, actually, I think Jennifer Lee Chan just posted that Nick Bosa shared that his elbow injury originated in the Week 2 game against the Vikings. It's been a little sore. I bumped it a couple times last game, but I'm fine. So he's okay. He was limited, but he does have an elbow issue he's been dealing with over the last couple of weeks. It's not going to keep him out of the game. I don't think so. So Nia says, any good news today? Yeah, so it is a good news for Deebo Samuel. He's progressing well, and he looks like he's been close to probably playing this weekend. I think that's a great news, honestly, for Deebo Samuel. This weekend he got pneumonia. He was in the hospital and fluid in the lungs. But the good news is Deebo Samuel, he didn't practice today, but he was on the side field doing some running, some conditioning. And Kyle Shanahan says he's doing better than they expected. And he does have a chance to play on Sunday. So that's the good news. Ricky Pearsall, Kyle Shanahan says he expects him to, go out there and make the most of his opportunity. He's going to get more chances, and he knows he's ready for this team. And he also I was watching the locker room videos from some of these reporters, and it really seemed that Ricky Persall is very excited. He looks very like eager. He's chomping at the bit. That was his first game last weekend against the Chiefs, and now I think with the game under him, get the butterflies out of the stomach. Get everything kind of all the jitters is out of there. So I think he's going to be ready to rock and roll and be a bigger part of this offense. So good news for the 49ers in general that Deebo Samuel is going to be back most likely. According to Kyle, he has a chance. I don't know if he will play, but it's good that he's actually out of the hospital and he's in good spirits. So, again, Juwan Jennings, though, that's a big injury right there. He hadn't practiced today. We'll see how the rest of the week goes for him. But I don't know if Juwan Jennings is going to play this week. And, Kyle Shanahan mentioned that he probably he didn't say he's probably not, but he says he doesn't know if he's going to be able to. He says he just doesn't know if Juwan Jennings is going to play. That hip injury probably needs another week, I'm guessing, if he didn't practice today. See how the rest of the week goes. But in my gut, it tells me that he's probably not going to be able to play. And the bye week's going to be good for him because the Niners really need Juwan Jennings. So how am I doing? I'm doing good. His name is pronounced Pearsall. No, it's Persall, but okay, my boy. We got the grammar police over here, 49ers media. Renee says, are we favored to win this Sunday? Yes, the Niners are favored to win. Right now, they're a 4.5-point favorite. So they are favored. They've been favored to win a lot of games this year, and that hasn't happened. So it's unfortunate. Now, there was some news around the league I want to talk to you all about that didn't originate from the 49ers. It's not 49ers news per se, but it kind of impacts the 49ers. First off, in the morning, bright and early, I wake up, and this has already been out 3 hours. I wake up, and my phone's like, yo, Raj, you see? I'm waking up at like 6:30 a.m. Pacific time. This happened 6 a.m. East Coast time, so it's 3 a.m. over here. Anyways, DeAndre Hopkins went and signed with the Chiefs. You guys have already seen it. You guys have all heard the news. DeAndre Hopkins, listen, man, the Niners were linked to him. Dante Whitner said, go get him. The Niners might need a wide receiver. They're got a lot of injuries here. Chiefs said, we're not even going to give you a chance. They tried to get Cooper Kupp, couldn't get the draft picks to match. They said, screw it. We'll go get a conditional 4th-round pick and trade it to the Titans, and we'll get DeAndre Hopkins. And I know I've said it many times that he's washed, but there's a funny thing when you go to the Chiefs and Andy Reid, he knows how to make people unwashed again. He cleans them up and he makes them relevant again. I don't know what he does, but Andy Reid, he's got some voodoo magic. And man, DeAndre Hopkins with Patrick Mahomes, this is the greatest quarterback he's ever played with. This is going to be crazy for this man. I know he's past his prime, but they needed a wide receiver. They got a lot of injuries, and they went and signed him. So smart. The Chiefs always make moves when they need it. Even though they're washed up players, they play good for them. So unbelievable. And then the other news today, if you guys saw, the Packers hired Robert Saleh. He got fired from the Jets. He said he was going to go on vacation. He was getting $20 million a year or $20,000 a day. Sorry, just to chill. This man went into the Green Bay Packers practice today, and apparently he got hired as a consultant to help out LaFleur. And if you guys know, Matt LaFleur, the coach for the Packers, and Robert Saleh are like best friends. They were college roommates. I think they were like best men at each other's weddings and stuff like that. Like these two guys are homies. They're besties. And Robert Saleh goes to the Green Bay Packers, who have a fantastic defense already. Now they get another great defensive mind. It's kind of crazy because can you imagine? Check this out. Aaron Rodgers probably got him fired. And now he has a chance to win a Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers' former team. That's crazy to me. So that was kind of big news for me when I saw that. I was like, oh, man. Because everybody wanted Robert Saleh to be a Niners defense coordinator or something. Everybody wanted Robert Saleh. Ain't going to happen now. It's not going to happen. I was actually like, wow. I couldn't believe it. I was shook. I saw when he was, when I saw that initial update that he was at the practice, I was like, oh God, they're going to hire him as a consultant, aren't they? And then boom, about an hour later, they hired him as a consultant. So crazy. Packers are great. Rich get richer. But it is what it is. Good news for the 49ers, though. Like I said, Deebo Samuel has a chance to play Saturday. And the fact that he's out of the hospital and doing side drills and conditioning, great news. So 49ers media says, can we please fire Brian Schneider? Please get him out of there. I think they need to take action and get rid of the special team. This is a tough matchup. The 49ers special teams are pretty much near the bottom. I think Dallas actually has a really good special teams. So this could be tough for the 49ers in many ways. They are going up against a team that has a way better special teams. And, we've seen what the 49ers special teams is all about. So not going to be easy. Not going to be easy. Niners are going to be hungry, but they are banged up. Can't use that as an excuse every week. So, again, it's going to be a tough one. I'm not going to sit here and say it's going to be an automatic win, but Niners should be able to beat the Cowboys. They beat them 3 times in a row. But, that just tells me that the Cowboys are going to be hungry and they're going to want some revenge against the Niners. So we'll see. Yeah, 49ers media says Dallas is ranked number 1 in most special teams categories. See, I thought I was right. They were pretty much top team in special teams in many categories. I think DVOA, they're like top special teams in the league. That's going to be rough going against the best special teams, and the Niners are the worst special teams. Field position is going to keep the Cowboys in this game. I'll tell you that much. A little worried about that. It's going to be a closer game than we expect. Sunday night football, bright lights, prime time. But they got Dak, and the Niners typically have his number. So it's gonna be a fun one. Niners, Cowboys, it never disappoints. So we'll see. Hopefully Deebo's there. Again, he is doing better than expected, according to Kyle. There's a chance. So we shall see. If Deebo doesn't play, Ricky Pearsall, Jacob Cowing, they got to grow up really, really, really fast, especially if Juwan Jennings doesn't play. And I'm pretty sure George Kittle will play. I know he didn't practice today, and he's kind of day-to-day with the foot sprain. But George Kittle, man, he's a dog. He's probably going to play. He's one of those guys that he doesn't need practice all week, and then they'll make him questionable, and then boom, Sunday night or Saturday night, we'll get the update. Boom, George Kittle's playing. So my man Darren says 31 watching and only 6 likes. Smash that like button. Let's go. It's free to hit that like button. That's right. Can't wait to see my guy Cowing, says 49er meter. Yeah, Cowing, man. He looked good in that last game. He got that nice catch. Hopefully they use him a little bit more. He's got the speed. It's a time for the rookies to step up. It's a tough situation to be in with all the injuries, Ayuk and Jennings and everything, but that's why the 49ers drafted good rookies, and now they got to step up, and it's a coming of age party for them right now, So we shall see. But it is good news overall for 49ers that Deebo Samuel is back today. But real quick, we'll recap everything one more time. I'm going to be live a little later with my man, Aaron. So we'll kind of go over all these one more time. Again, Brandon Ayuk officially placed on the injured reserve. Malik Turner and Dieter Easelin were signed to the practice squad. Offensive lineman kind of takes over Chris Hubbard, who was taken last week from the 49ers to the Giants. Evan Anderson, awesome news for him. He got elevated to the active roster from practice squad. He's been a really good standout rookie. And then again, Juwan Jennings, George Kittle, Deebo Samuel did not practice today, although Deebo Samuel has a chance to play Saturday, like we mentioned. There was a couple other injuries, Jordan Mason, Nick Bosa, and Chris Conley. Nick Bosa has an elbow injury, but he did say he's been dealing with this since week 2, so it's nothing to be too worried about. It just felt painful today, so they limited him. And Deebo was seen on the side field doing some conditioning. So good news overall for the 49ers. I just hope they will get a win. That's it. Bottom line. You guys have a good rest of your day. We'll be live a little later. Just a quick update for you guys. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. Take care. Love you. Make sure you hit that like button. Go Niners.